This is Sam Vaughan for Sam Sports Report. Today's date is Tuesday, March 28th, 2023. My story continues of schizoaffective disorder. Schizoaffective disorder is a mental health problem where you psychosis as well as mood symptoms. The word schizoaffective has two parts. Schizo refers to symptoms of psychosis, and affective refers to mood symptoms. Let's go for schizoaffective bipolar type, just for my story. This is story part 3. After I left options and went home, I decided to go to Cottonwood Springs, which was a facility for people with mental health disorders. It would help me, therapist that helped me learn skills. But at that time, I had been experiencing bad habits. And I would go to sleep every night at 2 a.m., and my sleep was affected. The Cottonwood experience was a good experience, as we talked about, but it wasn't helping me as much as it should, because I was continuing those habits of being online. They kind of took part as a relationship. I still wanted a second chance with my girlfriend. Therefore, I went back to Carbondale, and it was the darkest part of my summer. Nothing was the same. I couldn't hang out with anybody other than my ex-girlfriend at the time. I couldn't hang out with anybody else. My ex-girlfriend made fun of me for being overweight, and it was not a good experience. She also did not understand why I was sick and why I couldn't figure out that I couldn't. Then I worked at a nursing home and dishwashing, and the dishwashing was a terrible experience. And I was also not taking my meds, so I would imagine things that were not there. And I knew, but I didn't know what was going on. And then it continued to get worse. After trying to switch jobs out of another job and go to work at Horizon Academy, my past school, I decided that I wanted to go to Kohl's because it was 50 cents more. But that didn't work. And by that time that I wanted to go to Kohl's, I was having a severe panic attack. Well, I decided to 2-week leave. By the next day, I was all bent out of shape and couldn't go to work and couldn't do anything. I had too much beer that night, and then I had psychosis problems that Saturday through Monday, and it continued to be a drinking issue, and I was drunk, and I believe still on Monday, and having too much drinks and too many energy drinks to help myself cool over. By that Monday, I was hearing stuff that wasn't there. Their main thing was gunshots that I thought other people were killing themselves because of me. I thought people were talking to me about the radio when they were generally just talking about general stuff. I was psychosis and having psychosis moments. That night, before I went to the hospital, I talked to my dad about an experience that I had with a priest and continued to talk about it for about 6 hours. So my dad took me to my psychologist, and at that time we agreed that I would have to go to the hospital. We'll do more on that report later on. This is Sam Vaughan for Sam's Sports Report and Sam's Mental Health Desk.
Guys, I'm Megan Rahm, co-author of the Recovering from Mental Illness blog at healthyplace.com. Today I'd like to talk about how I found confidence while I was in recovery. Before I was treated for schizoaffective disorder, I actually thought that my hallucinations were a gift. I believed that I was a medium and that I could communicate with spirits. I had both auditory and visual hallucinations, and I thought that they were ghosts. Even though my hallucinations scared me, I really did think it was a gift and that it was something that made me special. So when medication took away that gift, it was like, what's left? All of a sudden, I'm just normal, just like everybody else, and I lost confidence. However, that passed because I soon realized that without my mood and psychotic symptoms, I could concentrate. I could really function in the real world and interact with the people around me. I was free to pursue the things that I love, and now I feel like my talents and my interests are what make me unique, and that makes me feel more confident. Early in my recovery, I also returned to college, and I changed my major several times. I just had so many interests, and I didn't know what I wanted to pursue, and sometimes I wanted to pursue it all. But I finally decided to major in commercial art, and I loved it. And the skills and abilities that I acquired in college also made me more confident. I'm in the process of starting my own business right now, and it's been a really long and difficult process, but I do believe in my abilities, and I know I can make it work. For many people, medication reduces symptoms and improves functioning. So I really hope for those of you in recovery that you reach a place, if you're not already there, where you feel confident and you can pursue the things that you love. So go for it, guys. Thanks.
Really felt like I fit in anywhere. Like I had like a tribe, so to speak, like just a group. I had friends at church, but when I was at school, I had friends and everything, but I never really felt like I was like,
Were you
I always
bullied?
just felt different. I was bullying. That happened more when I got to middle school.
Yeah, I guess it happens to everybody in middle school. But so then you were okay, right, through all the way through high school.
No, I would say middle school, I started really, that was like the first time I really started to think about like this real life really kind of sucks. Because that's when I was being bullied and feeling rejected, like feeling, you know, girls didn't like me. Guys, I mean, I wasn't I didn't have like the guys like didn't like the friend. I wasn't the popular guys didn't like me for the most part.
Do you play football
I
in high school?
No, I wasn't good at football or basketball. I got better at basketball when I got into high school, but uh football, basketball, no.
Did you play basketball in high school?
In high school, I played my freshman year.
Did you do anything in any sports?
I played, eh, I played a little bit of baseball in high school, but high school I focused more on academics and band. And high school, like the politics of athletics kind of kicked in. That's when some of the fun got taken out of it because for football, if you took a family vacation, you could lose your spot on the depth chart, for example, which is like, so I'm supposed to skip a family vacation to go to off-season conditioning, which that seems kind of backwards to me.
Your teens, and obviously you've got diagnosed as a 19-year old. Why don't you go from there?
Yeah. I probably should go back to my senior year a little bit though, because that's when I like my first recollection of really contemplating suicide, just because of all the pressure I felt, and there was like the fear of, losing the security of high school and like going into college. So I was nervous about that. My freshman year of college went pretty well. Um, that summer after my freshman year, I found myself laying in bed like all day, which was abnormal for me. I just thought I was like in a funk because I didn't have like I had a hard time finding a summer job for some reason. But I was laying in bed just for all day, which, like I said, that's really weird. And then when I went back to school, I started having like chest pains.